Hello, and welcome to my channel. I think this will be the first video I ever upload on it, and as you can tell, if you know this game, this is Rome 2 Total War. And normally I play the multiplayer part of the game, multiplayer online single battles, but just because this is the first video on my channel, I will be doing a campaign. And so I'm going to have it set on hard, and play as Royal Scythia, just because I've heard that playing as these factions are difficult. I haven't actually tried a campaign as them. I have played as Parthia, which is pretty similar, but haven't played as Royal Scythia. So you can see the advantages here. These are the settings I'm using. I probably don't need advisor help. Showing AI player mode, battle realism, no thanks. It's good to have a time limit because sometimes it glitches. And yeah, let's get this started. So let me talk about what I will be doing. I play Rome Total War 2, and I think that will probably be the main content. Lots of multiplayer online battles, maybe some strategy guides. How I like to win, I will let you guys judge as to whether or not my advice is worth taking. And then there will also be possibly some more campaign. But there will also be a second series and a second game that I play, and that being Minecraft. And right now, I have just started a Let's Play with Flea1777, who has a YouTube channel, JL Gamers, and so that video should be out shortly, either later today or in the next day or sometime soon, and that'll be a pretty regular series that I have going on. So that's what I'm planning on for the future.
As king of all the Scythians, your claim upon the lands of the Catiaroi to the west is just.
So you can hear
do with them as you
him
see
talking.
fit.
Let's shut him up. So let me quickly turn down the sound of the game so that I don't get completely drowned out. So yeah, that's my plan, but for now let's see what we got here. So I know playing as the nomadic factions, the early game is incredibly important. And I have this producing food. This will get me armored lancers, or armored horse archers. So let's get that going. This gives, I'm guessing that's going to give me my siege equipment. And yeah, let's figure out a good research chain to go down. Yeah, so right here I'll be able to start getting some good horses. Going to siege, woodworker. Yeah, so I'm fairly new to Royal Scythia, and I'm guessing not many of you have played as these factions, and if you have, it's probably been as the Mazigate, because they get the Saka Cataphracts, which everybody's clearly a pretty big fan of. So I'll actually start going down this and get that Barbarian Small Town. And for here, I believe it's the Warlord Hold, which will get me my next level cavalry, meaning like melee cavalry. So for now, actually, I'm going to want to keep him here and just run counterintelligence for now, so I'm not using money. I'm going to reduce my tax. This is something I like to do when I'm a faction that doesn't have many settlements, is just reduce taxes because it increases growth and it doesn't really change your income by that much. As you can see, if I put it up here, I'm earning 346 from taxes. I'm only losing about 140, and I'm gaining 6 population happiness and a good amount of growth rate. So that is worth it in my opinion. I do start with a number of people who like me, and of course nobody likes to trade, but now they might want to. Nope.
You speak from deep. I welcome you, worthy speaker.
I'm probably going to go kill them so I'm not going to ally with them, but I do have a lot of people in my blood around here, and I'm guessing I'm not going to be going into these areas. Start with a noble horse. Let's just end the turn and see what happens. That's the one downside to this early game, when nobody's been eliminated, is you do have quite a few people to go through. So if you guys have any video requests for things I can do with Rome Total War or with Minecraft, if you want me to get a single player series going, I can look into that sort of area. Ooh, that's -5 food. This is only +2 food. I'm not going to be able to support that yet. I'll have to do that later. Yeah, if you guys want me to get a single player tutorial series, I'm not great with redstone, but yeah, since that new update that changed how it worked, I've had to be figuring it out again. But I'm getting back into it, and should be able to make some decent tutorials at some point soon. If any of you be interested in seeing that, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, it'll be mostly the Let's Play. I'm also on a survival multiplayer server, and I could, just do some videos of what's happening on that server. I am a moderator on it, so I will have access to creative and all that kind of thing, but there are ways that we can avoid having to deal with those issues. So, of course I get floods. I swear every time I play this game, I get either flood or plague in the early turns. So Spy is going to want the cunning. And let's start getting horse archers. And what is my recruitment capacity in this place? Do not remember being able to recruit this many right off. Alright, yeah, so it's 5. Ooh, that's actually really nice. If I can recruit 5 units a turn. Interesting. Ooh, I'm already on -1 food. We'll figure it out. Yeah, so anyways, there's also lots more I can do with Rome. Like if you guys want me to show you some really cheesy builds that will win basically every single time for you in multiplayer, I don't like to play that way because I think it takes the point of a game out of it. But if that's what you guys want to see, then I can look into doing that possibly. And yeah, so basically just let me know what you're interested in. I'm trying to decide, it's probably going to be the Chieftain's Hold that will allow me to recruit if it works that way. I'm not sure if it does, and I probably should have looked into this. But yeah, early game is always fairly uneventful. I'll just get that going because it'll give me money. But yeah, when you're playing as a faction that only starts with 1 settlement, you really have to slow play. But yeah, the way I generally like to play in multiplayer battles, or at least the way I'm most comfortable with playing, is a skirmishing style. Generally kind of guiding your infantry.
The portents are clear.
Well,
a treaty between us would please the gods.
I don't like to pay. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, kind of a skirmishing and then shock style. But I do also have a couple of rush builds that I'm fairly comfortable with. And the problem is if you just try to play normally in competitive or ladder or anything like that, you generally are going to be in trouble. So playing that kind of style generally doesn't work, but there are exceptions. There are times you can get away with it. Alright, this guy leveled up. Let's see, intelligence or assassination. let's make him a good assassin. Yeah, so yeah, if a lot of the multiplayer battles that I do, well, I won't say a lot of them, but probably at least 40% of them will be some kind of a skirmishing army. This is what I meant. Here we go. Here's the I've had a plague and a flood in the first, what, 5 turns? So I've got... Yeah, he's a Noble Horse Archer. I may actually want to convert this guy over to the other... Oh, I know that's not how you do it. Convert him over to the other kind, replace him... Yeah, no, those is minus 16 nobles. If you don't know, the barbarians have it out of 1200, or nomadics have it out of 1200, so it's not actually as big of a deal as it looks, because that scared me the first time I played after playing with Sparta, who only had, I believe it's 30 nobles. Yeah, this guy gives a lot of bonuses. Let's take him, let's put him in a royal horse. So I have some kind of melee in this army. That's much better. Scythian has a horse between his knees and a lance in his fist. He will prevail. That's what I like to hear. So let's keep things moving along. Get this early game progressing, and then I may go straight for Olbia. See if we can take a second settlement nice and early. And I didn't recruit the first turn. That wasn't for any strategic purpose or anything. That was because I forgot. Alright. Turn from the command. I guess that just means I fired him. And of course now this army has the plague. Yeah, moving the mountain help. So he's going to have to camp here while I just kind of wait. If you would like to see a campaign with a faction such as one of the unplayables, I can re-enable those mods. I do have quite a few mods downloaded, but as of right now I'm just playing the flat-out Rome Total War vanilla game as it comes, because that's the easiest way to not annoy everybody and just make everybody happy. But if there are specific mods, such as... oh, sorry about that. I know that a lot of people like the Divide at Impera mod, as well as all factions playable and a lot of mods like that. Just let me know, and I can do that. Trying to decide what's gonna look good for... yeah, probably just going down this chain is a good idea, getting that large herd. Because these warriors are not, you know, exactly the top quality available. Keep cycling through. Hey. Oh, I thought they were offering that. Good try, though. I hope that doesn't mean that they're getting antsy and getting angry at me. Probably not. Normally people like to just ask for money, especially when you're one of these factions that can't do anything early on and you just end up saving up a stupid amount of money. You start to get a lot of demands for money. Ooh, I like that. I'm going to use him to soften up that settlement a little bit before I attack, but it's probably going to be another 2 turns. Just because my army is so damaged, I'll need to wait for them to recover. So here we go, taking along. Oh, just got taken over. That would... I may want to try to attack Olbia this turn then, because this army is going to be depleted. But I'm 2 turns away from recovery. Let's take a look at them. See if my spy can... Yeah, they're fairly depleted, but they do have that supporting army. And you know what? I'm gonna actually start raising another army as we wait. And I probably should have done this earlier, but you know what? Oh well. Yeah, because these armored horse archers I can actually fight in melee, and I need some kind of actual substance because those young axes are not quite gonna cut it. Could consider expanding west, but I think at this point I might as also Olbia will enable me to trade by water, which is going to be really nice. So these guys still need a turn. Yeah, taking a walled city. It's actually a lot less protected, but at much... Ooh, they just lost that. But the walled city would not get me food, and food is an issue. So I think I will go for Olbia. So let's take 5 more of these. Those are actually quite good units. I'm glad I get them so early on. So these guys are still recovering. 1 more turn. Let's move things along. So yeah, it's obviously pretty uneventful at the start, and I'm sorry about that, but as the campaign goes on, and I get more settlements and a lot more options, there will obviously be more happening. Subject gains notoriety, and I'm still not quite sure if there is a pattern to this, but this is ridiculous. Your general has got a pet fawn. The creature is milk white and follows him around like a loyal dog. He claims it is a gift from the gods of the forest. Oh my. Let's honor the fawn. But yeah, as I said, I'm not quite sure if there's a pattern to this, like if there's a way you're supposed to behave on these, or what the deal quite is. And I'm sure that some of you out there will know, but as of now, I do not. So I'm going to be a sleaze and move right up to this city without declaring war, and then have my spy soften it up. It's a little bit of sabotage. My spy likes that word. He's seen it done, and we can go in for the attack. So we're going to declare war. They're over there. They're not going to be happy with me. But they are warlike, it says. So all I have is horse archers, and fighting in a settlement with horse archers isn't pleasant. I'm just going to auto-resolve this. It's also not a terribly interesting battle to see me just surround a city with horse archers and wait. I think it will be a lot more interesting when you are watching me actually fight an open field battle, although that being said, fighting against the AI can never be that terribly interesting, but I will see what I can do to try to change that, maybe offer some suggestions that will always work. So this gets me ballista, and that's actually going to be incredibly useful. So, and this gets me food, also incredibly useful. This also gets me food. And I'm not going to build that yet, because these are going to take a few turns to develop. And let's make him a commander. And I think that success is actually going to wrap up today's video. But yeah, so you'll be seeing a lot more from my channel soon. I'm sorry that this one was so uneventful. But yeah, we'll see where we can go from here.